Especially going back to Columbus down to
Why? They were horrible this year.
Malibu and the diner.
These leaders of these countries.
Say about the AFC South. So I think
There was something interesting to say about that.
Early. They weren't expected to have that 13-game win streak like they did last year.
This is the gift that God has given me to be able to help.
So then am I correct?
I'm not.
Am I correct?
you are correct.
Why blame? Why you're
I have a question for Carolyn. Carolyn, hold on. I have a question for you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back on another episode of the Doug Survival Show, which is brought to you by unsolicited role models. The role models you may not want, but you may just need. So today is Halloween. Today is Halloween, Jimmy.
Spooky.
And we have a special episode for everybody today.
Oh, do we?
Yeah, we're going to talk maybe 2 to 3 minutes about the World Series.
Fuck the World Series.
But then we're going to get into our scariest top 5 teams for the NFL, the NBA, and the NHL the rest of the season. So,
ooh, I like that. Ooh,
yeah, I figured why not? It's Halloween.
Yeah, so exactly. Yeah, okay.
So I did say the Yankees were going to win in 5, and I still stand by that.
Yeah, Dodgers in 5.
You guys think I'm on the opposite side. I'm not happy that the Dodgers won. I'm not celebrating a Dodgers victory.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, with that, though, they paid a lot of the right people to be in the right position.
Yeah. The
That's
thing with what I said was the Yankees would capitalize on the Dodgers' mistakes. But as we saw last night, Dodgers capitalized on the Yankees' mistakes.
I was gonna say that's pretty much what happened. Like the whole series.
Mm-hmm.
Like letting Freddie Freeman get somebody on base and he hits a 2-run slam. It's just like you're open to the floodgates for something.
Yeah.
And especially
the opposite of what I said.
Especially, also bases loaded in the 8th. You're up by 1, and then you let them get 1 run in to be on top. Or no, it was tied, and 1 run on the 8th. Like like I said, their pitching staff failed them.
Yeah.
Like
too many errors, defensive mistakes.
Yeah. Oh no. I mean, congratulations to the Yankees for getting that far. Because I think they didn't sign a lot of people. The only person they really signed was Soto that year for 1 year. Now can you get him back, or is he going to go walk? Because he did say he's open to all 30 teams.
Hey, Tampa Bay Rays, come on home.
No. He's going to go where the money is, honestly, knowing him.
Yeah.
A, where the money is, and B, where he could actually win a champion or make that team better.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see where he goes.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be a fun offseason. A lot of moves are going to happen, not just for the Yankees, not just for the Mets, but every MLB team this year.
Yeah, because I feel like everybody is open to go wherever.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see.
All right, Jimmy, what do you want to start with? The NFL, the NBA, or the NHL?
Let's go basketball. We don't give basketball enough love.
Yeah, we don't. I noticed that. Steiner said that to me. He's like, talk basketball, guys.
Yeah, we don't give basketball enough love.
So we're going to go with basketball first. All right, so I did the order 5-1. So least to greatest.
Least to greatest. Okay.
Yeah. So let's start with your number 5 team. Who is the scariest team in the NBA?
What I've seen so far, I'm gonna slide in the Lakers at 5.
Lakers at 5.
I'm gonna slide them in at 5. They've been playing pretty good. I know they lost, but they've been playing pretty good. And LeBron and AD are becoming dangerous. 4.
All right, so
go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. I didn't want to cut you off.
Oh no. 4. Oof. 4, I'm gonna put Cleveland.
Ooh.
They look good. They're undefeated. They look good though so far. So they're
All right,
looking
3.
scary right now. 3. 3 is OKC.
Not bad. Good pick.
I'll put OKC at 3. 2, I'm gonna put the Knicks,
All right.
and then 1, I'm gonna put the Celtics.
Complete opposite of what I have.
Okay, I want to hear this one. I just feel like the Celtics could be scared because it's still the same team from last year, and then the
Yeah,
Knicks
it
with
is.
Cat dropping 40-something points. Like that, it's gonna get better. That's why I'm scary for them.
Mm-hmm. That's a good top 5.
Nah, it's decent.
All right, number 5, I got the Knicks.
Okay, as long as they're up there, that's all I care.
Yeah, they're up there. Cat
Yeah.
is playing phenomenal. I think they're
Yeah,
gonna.
Cat-
They'll be there.
I think Mikal Bridges is coming to his own real quick.
Yeah,
So-
they'll be there.
Yeah.
So don't worry, they're my top 5.
Hey, I'll take it.
All right, my number 4 team, I got the Celtics.
Ooh, okay, complete opposite.
Same
We
team.
went backwards.
Yeah, I guess you could say I went backwards.
Yeah.
All right, number 3, I got the Orlando Magic.
You know what? I was gonna put them at 5, but
They
They're
are
playing-
a young and hungry team.
yeah, they're playing really good.
All right, number 2, I got the Cavs.
Okay.
Undefeated. I think they're the only undefeated team in place.
Yeah, 'cause I think Pacers
Same
beat them.
pieces in place.
Yeah.
A good coach.
Mm-hmm.
All right, now, number 1, you didn't have them at all in your top 5, but I just think they'll be hungrier and they want to get back there again. And I put the Dallas Mavericks.
Yeah. I with the piece of oh my God, what's his name? The other Splash brother, Klay Thompson. Thank God. I think that team can be scary, but also it could be hit or miss, honestly. With
Yeah,
that
it can
team.
be.
So who knows, honestly? It could be very hit or miss.
But that's what I got for my top 5.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I like that.
All right, let's save the NFL for last since
So
we always
NHL?
talk about them firstly.
Yeah.
So we'll go to hockey. I mean, we could also do baseball for teams to watch in the off season.
No, because
But I'd rather wait for next year because we don't know
exactly
who each
wait
team
till
has.
like March till we like get like news and everybody's like going somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you go first this time, Doug, because I went first in the other one.
All right, for the National Hockey League, right now they're off to a good stretch. I think they're 8-1.
Mm-hmm.
I think they could continue the momentum. For number 5, I have the Winnipeg Jets.
They're looking good.
They're looking good, so I have them at 5.
Mm-hmm.
Number 4, the defending Stanley Cup champions. They're not going to go away. Same team, except for a few guys. Montour went to Seattle.
Yeah.
A lot of pieces left.
But still, they're still fucking showing strong.
Yeah, they'll always be there. They'll always
Yeah.
be the hungry
That'll be
team.
the Panthers.
So 4 is the Florida Panthers.
Mm-hmm.
Number 3, they've been inconsistent this year, but they've been playing good hockey. They
Devils.
shut out the Vancouver Canucks last
Devils.
night 6-0. My scary third team is the New Jersey Devils.
I'm liking that because they're looking pretty good. If they
Yeah,
can
I
play
got
like
the
that,
Devils at 3.
yeah.
Number 2, Vegas Golden Knights.
Yes, I was gonna say Golden Knights are definitely up there.
The Golden Knights are up there. That team will never go away.
Mm-mm.
And my number 1 team is they've been on that doorstep the last few years, knocking on that door in the conference final.
Hurricanes.
I have the Dallas Stars
Oh,
being the top scary team.
that's a good one. That's a very good one.
Sooner or later, they're going to go back to the Stanley Cup final and hoist Lord Stanley.
Yeah, yeah, they can. That's a good one. Because they have the pieces, they just can't get out of the conference.
Mm-hmm. They can't get it done.
No. All right. So my 5, I would
All right, let's hear it,
probably
Jimbo.
5. I'm gonna put the Devils. I think they're there. It's just they need to play more consistent. 4. 4, I'm going to have Washington. The
Caps.
Capitals. I think sneakily they've been playing really good in the last couple weeks. I feel like they could turn it around real quick.
They can, honestly.
Yeah, they're playing real good hockey right now. 3, you're gonna hate me for saying this. The Rangers.
I don't disagree with you, but I just
Rangers
think
at 3 is a good
those
spot.
5 teams are better.
Yeah, I think the 3 spot goes to the Rangers. They always are consistent. They can get scary at any moment. You just don't know. I'll put them at 3. 2, I'm gonna put the Panthers. They're champions for a reason. They're playing really well. And then 1, you had them flipped. I'm going to pick Jets at 1.
Jets
They're
at 1.
on to a hot start. They're playing consistent. They're playing as a unit. They're playing really good. They're at my number 1.
All right. You go first for football.
Oh God. All right. 5. I'm gonna put the Eagles at number 5. I think that team it's scary because once they have talent on both sides of the football. I feel like if they either get into the wild card or host a playoff game and they stay healthy, especially with Barkley there, that team could go far. It'll probably go far to the NFC Championship against Detroit. I'll see. Number 4. Oof. Number 4, even though they lost 2 straight. I'm gonna put Minnesota at 4. I think they're still scary. They still have a good defense. I just think they lost to 2 good offenses, and pretty much to the last second. 3, I'm gonna put the Steelers.
Ooh.
I think Russell coming back, and he's throwing the ball to the players they should be, and they're running it down their throats, and the defense is just fantastic. I think I put him at 3. 2, this is going to be a crazy one.
I think I know where you're going.
Where am I going?
I want to hear. I think I know, though.
2, I'm going to go with the Browns.
Oh, not what I was thinking.
Who do you thought I was going with?
Jaden Daniels.
No. The defense, I'll say why for Jaden Daniels. The Commanders' defense, I think they will get caught. That's what I'm saying. I think they will get caught sooner or later. You're going to see why. Especially against Baltimore. Baltimore put up points, and they kept throwing the ball down the field constantly on them. But no, I'm going to put the Browns at 2. I know they're 2 and 5 or whatever they are.
That's why I'm like, what are we talking about?
But
I know why. I know why you're going there.
Because Jameson Winston, if he could play consistent like that, beat teams like that, I could see him bounce it back, get into a positive record. That I could see. I could see them being scary. And at number 1, it's the Detroit Lions. Detroit Lions are scary on top to bottom. And offense, defense, and special teams. They are scary. They're gonna run that whole division. I say they get the number 1 division. I think I had them in our league, not our league, in our draft that we did. Our predictions,
so.
I should say. I think they are the best team right now, and they are scary from top to bottom.
Mm-hmm. All right. So this is who I got. My top 5, least to greatest. Number 5, I know they lost Diggs, but I think they're going to acquire someone.
Houston.
I like the Houston Texans at 5.
Yeah, I mean, it depends who they acquire, though, too.
But when you have C.J. Stroud, you got Joe Mixon.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Last year, it was just Nico and Dell. They could probably do the same thing. So who knows?
This team has depth compared to last year.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Number 4, I have the Eagles.
Yeah, I like that.
Number 3, I think I know. I think you know where I'm going with this. You're
going with the Steelers, aren't you?
I got the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah. Listen,
Now
they're in
I
that
know.
middle. They're in the middle ground.
I know you all know how I feel about Russell Wilson. Still feel that way.
But
But I always said he was a system quarterback. He had success because of the guys around him. He had success because of Pete Carroll. I think having Mike Tomlin as his head coach and being in that Pittsburgh Steelers system is going to make him successful, and the Steelers aren't going to go on the decline. So I have the Steelers at 3. If everything goes their way, they click. I could see them winning that division. You just have Baltimore to worry about. Cleveland's not winning it. Cincinnati's not winning that division. So I think the Steelers could be that scary team moving forward.
yeah, I think so too. And also too, just to add, because the trade deadline's soon, I would see them probably pushing, because there's a push for other receivers to try and go for. Like I'm hearing like 2 receivers. I'm hearing about Tyler Lockett, the reunion with them two, and with Cooper Cup, which that one's a stretch. Cooper Cup is a stretch because after, I think this is last year of his contract. Who's going to pay that contract?
Yeah.
So that's a stretch.
So when I was doing this list, I was thinking about the Buffalo Bills. I just don't know how
Oh, I
consistent.
forgot about them.
I just don't know. I just don't know how consistent they can be down the stretch. You know, you can make that argument. It's a bad division.
Mm-hmm.
I still think they're top 10 of being scary, but I just don't know that they could be that top 5 team just yet.
Maybe probably the 6.
Yeah, you could put them at like 6 or 7, even 8.
Yeah, I say 6. They're like borderline.
But my number 2 team, and this is because of how bad that division has been.
You're going to say Kansas City.
No, not Kansas City. I think they're through 6, 7, 8. I have the Washington Commanders.
Yeah.
Just because they are playing good football. They're 6-2. That division is going either way. You knew the Giants weren't going to win it. Dallas fell off. Philly is a little bit inconsistent. It's going to be a tight race at the end of the year between Washington and the Eagles. No one expected Washington to be this good. They have a good coach, a good quarterback. So I have Washington at number 2.
Okay.
Now, I want to throw in an honorable mention. I think the Denver Broncos could be a scary team, could be a surprise team when it comes to the playoffs. I think Bo Nix, Sean Payton, I don't know who Payton is. Sean Payton. They have a good team to be that upset team for the Chiefs if it's a playoff matchup.
Yeah,
in my mind.
Also, too, before we get to number 1, if you look at their schedule, they got a tough road ahead of them.
They do. They truly do. And, of course, number 1, I got to go with Detroit.
Yeah. I think that's everybody's like number 1 list. Detroit is just fantastic.
Detroit is built the right way. They have so much depth. Dan
Campbell, baby.
That mentality from Big Dan. They're a good team.
Yeah. Especially like they fixed their problems on defense last year, and their defense is playing phenomenal.
They're a good team.
Yeah. Just their front. I just want to see how they're going to do without Hutchinson being in there for the rest of the year, because that's going to hurt them.
Mm-hmm.
Because now they're going to people are going to try to run it towards that side. Or try to pass for the side. Because usually he's in that area.
Mm-hmm.
So, no, but I think offensively they're just too good.
Mm-hmm. I think so too.
Yeah.
All right, so this is a request from Steiner.
Oh, Mike Steiner, what does he want?
So he wants us to do our 4. I guess you could call it like a parlay.
A parlay. Oh,
but
for
he
the
wants
night?
us to do our 4 best games that we think, or our 4 picks.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go on my Caesar Sports app.
Okay.
And I'm gonna look at some games for tonight, and maybe we could build a parlay.
Oh, okay. So we're gonna have hockey, basketball, and football tonight. Football tonight we have Houston versus the Jets, which that could be a shootout. because no Nico Collins, no Diggs. It's going to be Tank Dell. It could be what happened last year, honestly.
Yeah.
The Jets locked them down, and the offense just goes berserk.
So the money line is Houston Texans plus 100, Jets negative 130.
So that means the Jets are the favorites.
Yeah.
Now, I know the Jets, they stink right now.
Of course.
But, sorry, somebody was calling me. Keep.
Betting. It was named after you because you are probably known for losing a lot of bets, especially when it comes to the horse
My
racing.
lightning 5 picks. These are the ones I like. I mean, I love them. In my picks, you'll hear them later on.
Yeah.
That is my best bet.
You'll hear it in Stuff's betting.
Yes, that is my best bet.
Am I good now, Doug?
Yeah, I see you.
Do you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Alright.
But I hear the echo.
Echo?
Oh, did you get rid of the call, maybe?
Yeah, I got rid of the call.
All right, because I don't hear it now.
Alright. God, what was I going to say?
You said,
Yeah,
I know the Jets are a bad team, but
I think even tonight they should win that game because Houston don't have their best players on offense. So they're going to predominantly try to run the ball to get big yardage with Joe Mixon. So,
all right, so you want to go with the Jets money line?
I'm going to go with the Jets money line. I just feel like I want to say Houston could prove me wrong, and they're still that top team with just the pieces they have. But right now, I'm looking towards the Jets because I think they have, right now, if we're working offense to offense, I'm going to go with the Rodgers in them. Even Rodgers is a little bit on decline. I think he could still pull it around.
They already got the odds out for the World Series next year.
Well, Dodgers are probably like the favorites, and it's probably like the Yankees or Phillies.
Dodgers, Yankees, Braves, Orioles, Phillies, Mets.
Mets are 6.
Yeah.
If Juan Soto comes to the Mets, they're gonna slide us right to the 3rd spot.
Yeah.
They'll slide. I guarantee they'll slide us to the 3rd spot if we get Juan Soto and somebody else. But we'll see. I'm open to getting Juan Soto. Don't get me wrong, but if he needs to, I want pieces to fit before even getting him.
Yeah, I agree.
I want Alonso to stay there for a decent contract, not a big one, but a decent one. And then I want like another pitcher, and then I think they would go get Juan.
All right, so what are we doing for? I'm looking at these NBA games. You got the Suns, the favorite against the Clippers. The Spurs are not favored against the Jazz.
Not favored. The Jazz they don't have a winning record. They're all on fucking 4.
Yeah, but this has
They suck. And again, I mean the Spurs need a little bit of help too, but who knows?
I kind of like the Grizzlies to beat the Bucks.
Ja's playing, right? Is he back?
I think so.
I like that too, honestly. I think Ja. I think Milwaukee could be hit or miss because they have an older team. You still got Chris Middleton, he's an older guy, and then Dame's older, and Giannis is like in there, and then you don't have young talent to like boost it up. So I kind of like Ja to take over that game.
All right, let's look at hockey now. The Flyers are the favorite against St. Louis. Penguins are the favorite against Anaheim. Washington is the favorite against Montreal. Carolina is the favorite against Boston.
Ooh, that's tough. Then
Toronto
Carolina's
versus Seattle.
Carolina's been like decently good. consistently, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see. We'll see. I would probably go with maybe uh, the Penguins because the Blues are hit or miss. Or you go with Washington because Anaheim's not that good either. Washington could definitely be that. Like I said, that scary team that could either could beat the bad teams. So who
All
knows?
right,
Honestly,
so far our parlay is the Jets, Grizzlies, and Penguins.
yeah. You can add more if you want. It's up to you.
Yeah, we're gonna do 4 games.
So you want to add one more? All right. Like I said, I think Washington could be the favorite over that.
Yeah, against Montreal.
Yeah, because Montreal's hit or miss. Montreal's definitely hit or miss. So I'm gonna go with Washington. They are playing better. Because basketball could be hockey. It could like the team should win. It's not really that unpredictable. Basketball could be unpredictable.
All right, so that's our parlay, Michael. We got the
Yes.
Jets, Grizzlies, Penguins, and Washington Capitals.
Yeah, I like that. I think he'll probably agree with the most part. So who knows, honestly.
All right, not bad.
No, not bad at all.
A $4 bet could win $48.
So pretty much $10 for each game.
So that's what I did.
Oh, thank you, Batman.
Michael, if you want to do the same thing, go ahead. Jets, Grizzlies, Penguins, and Washington.
Oh yeah, that's not bad. I mean, because we went with the favorites, though. You could have went with the underdogs if you wanted to, but
That's the interesting thing. You never know who's going to win, so. All right, so just to recap for everybody, if you're just joining us, we did our scariest teams for the
Halloween.
Because it's Halloween, baby.
It's
All right,
Halloween.
so for me, my NFL teams from least to greatest: Houston, Philly, Pittsburgh, Washington, Detroit. My NBA least to greatest: Knicks, Celtics, Magic, Cavs, Dallas. Hockey, Jets, Panthers, Devils, Vegas, and Dallas. Jimmy's least to greatest, we'll start with the NHL. Devils, Caps, Rangers, Panthers, Jets. NBA, Lakers, Cavs, Thunder, Knicks, Celtics. NFL, Eagles, Minnesota, Pittsburgh, Cleveland, surprisingly.
I know, it's a
Detroit
stretch.
Lions.
It's a stretch. I should put them at 5, but you can switch them with Eagles. I don't care.
See, I saw what you're doing, and you always do this. You were thinking with the Joe Flacco Colts.
No, I'm thinking James Winston is a quarterback. He was decent in Tampa. It's just he had a bad system. Now you're putting him in a better system with a better defense that could actually beat them. Look at the Baltimore. He was throwing the ball down Baltimore's throat half the time. With Jerry Jeudy and Tillman.
Yeah.
And I think that's why they're scary because they could flip the whole table around. Who knows? If you look at their schedule, they play the Chargers this weekend. They can win against the Chargers.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they could beat Cincinnati again, back to back. I think
They probably
if James Winston plays like that, I think Deshaun Watson was holding them back.
Yeah, you can make that argument.
You could definitely make that argument, but that's why I put them at 2 because I could see them flipping this like a couple years ago with Miami. They were 1-7. They flipped the whole table, won 7 straight games. That could happen.
It can.
It could definitely happen. They could run the table. So we'll see, especially if you beat Baltimore. And Baltimore's a very dangerous team. Offensively, especially now, we didn't say this in the beginning part. Dante Johnson going to Baltimore, traded from Carolina. So that's going to be, and he's a very good receiver.
Yeah, he is.
So I think that, because especially after that game where Bateman's wide open for the big play to put him in the goal range, I think they just finally said we need a receiver. So we'll see. But yeah, that's why I put them at 2 and then 1. We all have it, Detroit.
All right, so if you're just joining us, we got Dougie Doug and Jimmy Drust. Before we wrap this show up, I want to see what Jimmy has to think about my opinion on this.
Yeah.
But I feel like there's a problem in Florida for the quarterback development. Or you could even just blame his team.
So we're going to Miami?
Nothing. No, we're going to college.
Oh, college.
Nothing against Tim Tebow. But he did not succeed in the National Football League. I love Tim Tebow, great human being. But he did not succeed in the National Football League. He had a great career at Florida.
Yeah.
Now, where I'm going with this is with Anthony Richardson.
Oh,
okay. A top prospect in the NFL. Great college career at Florida.
Mm-hmm.
Comes to the NFL, supposed to be this franchise quarterback, and he was benched. I'm not sure what's going on in Florida. I don't know if it has to do with Florida or it just has to do with his development with the Colts. But Anthony Richardson is looking like he's not going to be in the NFL 10 years from now. That's just my opinion.
I will say this, and I always say this. When you are the best, you're going to be drafted in a high rank. You're going to the worst team. The Colts need a quarterback, and they are going to be bad for a while. Same with Tim Tebow. He went to the Broncos, and they didn't really build around him before Peyton Manning got there. So that's why I just say, when you're that great, know in the back of your head, you're going to a worse team. You're not going to a tough contender. You're going to a worse team that needs that fit for that team. So for Tim Tebow, he had moments, but he faltered. Same with, I think, Richardson. But also, this is Richardson's second year playing there. And
yeah, his numbers has been bad.
It could be that. It could be the offensive line, because offensive line's not good. Because that's football always starts with offensive line, with offense. You need a decent offensive line to get those plays, to hold for like a couple of seconds. Like, that's what my stepdad was telling me. You just definitely need a line to play great. Like, he told me a story about with the Giants back when they won the Super Bowl, when they drafted a lineman, and they said, no, you need to draft a quarterback. You still have Phil Simms that was still going to show off. And then that year they put Phil Simms in, and they went to the Super Bowl that year.
Because if you look at his numbers this year, Richardson, 10 for 32, 31% completion. 10 for 24, 41% completion.
Damn.
10 for 20, 50%. 17, 34, 50%. 9 for 19, 47%. His career is 50%. I know he's only played in 10 games within the last 2 years.
Yeah.
But those numbers, they're bad.
Yeah, they're not great. It could be due to the coaching staff. It could be due to a lot of things. You know, maybe he could be good. Maybe he goes on a different team that sees potential. Like, look at Fields. Fields is a perfect example. He was mediocre in Chicago. Now he goes to an organization that is a lot better. The coaching staff's a lot better. Just everything in there is a lot better. And he went 4-2 as a starter. He went 4-2. And people were actually fighting for him to have the starting job against the Jets when Russell came back. But that's what makes a coach different from a head coach. Because Mike Tomlin made a decision to be like, hey, I want Russell in.
Yeah.
But no, I did feel like if Richardson, he gets a decent head coach or he goes somewhere that could be decent, I think absolutely he could be good. Right now, because right now you're putting a veteran in, and Joe Flacco will run with that job. He'll run with it. Joe Flacco's a very good quarterback.
So,
They've been doing it for so many years.
But would that say about the team, or would that say about the quarterback?
It could say both. It doesn't. It could say about both the team in desperate need, or Andrew's not playing comfortably. Maybe he's hurt. Who knows? We don't know nothing. Maybe he's actually hurt.
To be my point is to be a top 5 quarterback and have all these expectations, and to have those numbers, something doesn't seem right.
Something's not fitting, and I agree with you. Something's not fitting properly.
Something doesn't make sense to me why his numbers are that bad when he had a successful career at Florida.
Well, also too, like you have 3 weapons. Jonathan Taylor, Pittman, and Downs came out of nowhere last year. Like, there should be no problems. But something's going on there. Who knows what's going behind the scenes? Like, we don't know nothing. We're just analytics people. We just see what they show us.
Yeah.
Unless we go to the facility and see it for ourselves. So who knows?
All right, Jimmy, it's been a pleasure. I enjoyed this episode for Halloween. Our scariest teams, some hot takes, some parlays. Enjoy your night.
Yep.
Have fun. Stay safe.
I can't promise that.
Must be nice, right?
Yep. Time to die.
And if you end up watching the game, enjoy the game.
Good try.
And we'll see you next week. Same place, same time, 3
Yes, sir.
p.m. Dougie Doug, Jimmy Drust.
Okay.